So our first competitor is Saunderson from Goldini Jud's lab. He's actually quite a pro in 3MT. He won the competition, I believe, 2 years ago. So no pressure on the other competitors, but Shane has probably set a high bar. His title is Persuasive Robotics and the Social Machine. Shane, 3 minutes, all yours.
What do robots, jelly beans, angry at your computer have in common? This isn't the start of a bad joke, but if it were, you would be the punchline, because these three things are actually teaching me how to persuade you. Let's rewind a little. In the mid-90s, there was research going on at Stanford that came to be known as the media equation. Now, their experiments were very simple. They had participants interacting on a desktop computer, doing a boring file renaming task, while the computer popped up these quasi-social messages, things like, "Go us," or "Keep up the good work." Now, at the end of this interaction, they had all participants complete a short survey in one of two conditions. They either did the survey on the same computer that they had been interacting with, or they'd finished the survey on a second computer just down the road on the desk. And what they found was that for individuals who finished the survey on the second computer, they were far more critical of the original machine. Think about that for a second. That means that you're reluctant to hurt the computer's feelings to its face, and yet you'll talk about it behind its back. Now, this strange phenomenon also became known as CASA, or computers as social actors, because what the researchers realized was that we humans are so hardwired for social connection that we'll even forego reality to play along with an implausible scenario like a computer acting kind of like a person. This also became the ground zero for my research, and I did a simple little experiment of my own. I had participants try to guess the number of jelly beans in a jelly bean jar with a little bit of a twist. These two robots on either side would pop up and offer little persuasive suggestions to try and influence your answer. They'd be things like a logical strategy. My computer vision system can detect 483 jelly beans in the jar. Or exclusivity. Psst, don't tell anyone I told you this, but there's actually 902 jelly beans in the jar. However, far away the most effective strategy was an emotional one. It would make me happy if you use my guess of 712 jelly beans in the jar. This threw my little brain for a bit of a loop. How are people playing along with a robot that has no emotion and yet going with persuasive strategy? Until I started to think about the media equation. And I realized that in the same way that people didn't want to hurt the computer's feelings, they wanted to make my robot happy. So if I learned this, then why am I not emotionally manipulating people to take over the world? Well, you see, this research actually has important applications outside of nefarious purposes. You see, persuasion is very much a fundamental aspect of how humans socialize. Whether it's a nurse convincing you to adhere to a treatment or being important to learn, I'm persuading you right now. And so if we expect to integrate robots into our society, we need to be willing to give them these kinds of social capabilities to do so effectively. So instead, I'm here to tell you about my research so that you can make informed decisions about if and how you will engage with these kinds of technologies. Just be careful. They might persuade you to change your mind. Thank you.